What's Crack-A-Lackin? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into another episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleaze. Today, we're going to be diving into the rankings. This episode is going to be my defenses and kickers, top 10 each, plus one streamer each to help you guys in week 7. Remember, guys, the Bills and the Ravens are out. We're going to be looking for high implied point total games. We're going to be looking for grunge matches in divisions. We're going to be looking for defenses that are bad, defenses that are good in the red zone, and offenses that I think are just absolutely immaculate, and you can't keep these kickers out. So before we dive into it, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscription button, turn that bell on. I'll be live tomorrow for the Start Sit Show, the first one of the week, and I'll be live all weekend long. If you guys have not checked out drafters.com, the sponsor, shout out to them. Make sure you sign up using promo code SLEEZ. You can do some best ball pick'ems, DFS drafts, everything like that. And we'll be dropping our pick'em tickets into our Discord, the Guys FF, where we cover everything fantasy football with Big Draft Energy, my partner in crime. And we cover Dynasty, redraft, trades, everything you need in fantasy football is covered across the board. And we also drop all of our pick'ems and stuff like that in there as well. Now let's dive in to the top 10 kickers and defenses, and if you need a streamer play this week that you should be playing. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my kicker and defensive board. The top 2, kicker 1, kicker 2 will be tier 1, tier 2, and the streamer will be below that. Then the bottom will be D1, D2. Those are the defensive tiers, and the defensive streamer will be in the middle above that as well in the white, guys. Now remember, what we're looking for is high implied point total games, defenses that are good in the red zone, defenses that give up a lot of points to the kicker as well we're going to look at. And we're going to look for division kind of grunge battle games always, because those are kind of lower scoring where field goals are more implied there. So I don't think there even is a question about kicker number 1, Brandon Aubrey. Dude, this game is 54.5 over under with the Washington Commanders. The Dallas Cowboys offense is scoring at will. Their defense is giving up points at will. The Commanders are scoring at will. Now they're getting a little healthy with Terry McLaurin back. Hopefully we get CD back as well. And Matt Gay on the other side for the Commanders is going to be a great kicker as well. So I'm throwing him here at number 5 because the Dallas Cowboys defense, and you got to look at this, they give up 10 points to the kicker on the season, and the Commanders are right behind them with 9. That is exactly what you want if you have your kickers. Get both these guys into your lineup. This is going to be the game of the week. Points galore, fireworks galore. Now, kicker number 2, Cameron Dicker hits the game-winning kick last week. You're going up against the Indianapolis Colts, a 5-1, 4-2 battle that is going to matter the most. Now, the Colts have been good versus the kicker this season, but when you have a high-powered offense like the Chargers, who are going to get Quentin Johnston back this week as well, it looks like this is going to be what you want. I don't think Kamani Vidal is going to have that big of a game versus, the zone scheme that the Colts run defense runs. So, Cameron Dicker, always going to be in my top 3, one of the best kickers in football. No, number 3 and number 4. I got the hiccups at the worst time. It's going to be the same game here. I'm going to target Chase McLaughlin and Jake Bates. And I know the Lions scored all touchdowns last week, and it cost Jake Bates. But this is a 52.5 implied point total game. So what I'm talking about with the Cowboys and Commanders, we're looking at right here with Monday Night Football with the Detroit Lions and the Buccaneers. And Baker Mayfield is playing at an MVP level. They're hoping to get Mike Evans back. And he made it work with Tez Johnson and Cameron Johnson either way. And Sterling Shepard and Kate Otten, Baker Mayfield is just out of his mind. There's going to be points flying like crazy in this game. And the Bucs secondary is beat up, and the Lions secondary is beat up. So you can just expect massive fireworks for both these games. That is why I'm targeting these 4 kickers out of the top 5 for this, because it's just absolute points bonanza. Number 6 is going to be Harrison Butker, and they're playing the Las Vegas Raiders. What else could you want? Geno Smith is absolutely playing terrible quarterback, probably the worst in the NFL right now. The Raiders do rank 19th, giving up 8.5 points to the kicker a game, but that's not going to matter in a game where Rashee Rice, the wide receiver 1 for the Chiefs, is back. This is going to just be a barrage by the Chiefs, and the Raiders are in big trouble. I would like to say it's like a division grunge game, but it usually is. But these aren't the same Raiders, man. Brock Bowers just got the update that he's on the shelf for the long haul. Jacoby Myers wants to be traded out of the Las Vegas Raiders. They are just falling apart. Kicker number 8 is going to be Jake Elliott of the Philadelphia Eagles in the Minnesota Vikings game, where both these defenses are supposed to be good, but they've been a little middle of the pack. The Vikings are coming off a bye, and we don't know if it's going to be Carson Wentz or J.J. McCarthy. And we saw the offense with the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy not that good. And I do think this is going to be a heavy Saquon Barkley game, but the Vikings red zone D is very good. So the Vikings currently, they rank middle of the pack at 12th, giving up 7.8 kicker points a game. I think Jake Elliott is going to be a very, very good play this week. I have my kicker number 7. Kicker number 8, we're sticking with that Chargers game, man. Was my number 1 streamer played last week. Absolutely hit the nail on the head there with Michael Badgley. He had a great performance in the Spencer Schrader outing when he went down for the season. And now you get the Chargers. And the Chargers are a very, very good red zone defense. This is why they give up a ton of kicker points. They rank 22nd, giving up 9.2. That's exactly what you want from your kicker. And when you're looking at this game, this is a 48.5 over under 5-1, 4-2 matchup, like I was talking about at the beginning with Dicker. They're going to need every point they can in this game. This is going to be a battle, and the battles are where I like the kickers. Number 9 is going to be Chris Boswell and the 4-1 Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday night heading into Cincinnati. You know this guy can kick in the cold either way. It's a 43.5 over under. You've got the 2 80-year-old 80 years combined between Flacco and Aaron Rodgers going head to head here. And I actually like both them in this game. I think both these run defenses are going to do, well, I won't say the Bengals defense, but I think it's going to be a different type passing style game here for Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to be more of a Jaylen Warren show. You know, DK Metcalf scored 4 in a row touchdowns. I get that. But Chris Boswell, I love him versus the Bengals this week, and they just hemorrhage points to the defense. It's just not a good defense, and that's what you want to target. Number 10 is going to be Will Lutz, and this, if he's on your waiver wire, I love Will Lutz a ton this week. The Denver Broncos offense is just flat out struggling. Yeah, they're winning games. Yes, they're 4-2. You're playing the Giants. There's Jackson Dart and the hype with Scatterbo, but they're coming into Mile High Stadium. And when you're at Mile High, you also get the extra air yardage travel, and you got the New York Giants defense. That where do they rank versus the kicker? They rank 25th. They give up 10 freaking points a game to the kicker. This is what you want. I love Will Lutz this weekend. I love him to hit a 50-plus yard bomb in the Mile High air. My streamer kicker, now this one you have to pay attention to, and the starter may be on the waiver wire. So actually, while we're going through it, it's going to be Lucas Harvisick of the Green Bay Packers, who's going up against the Arizona Cardinals. But I don't have full confirmation yet, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be out. So hang on, we're looking it up. I don't want to give you guys, false information here. Brandon McManus. Hang on. Checking my update midstream right now. I should have been prepared. That's my fault. Inactive week 6. Has not practiced yet. Listed as a questionable participant, possibly limited practice coming. He hasn't kicked in the regular season. So if I firmly believe McManus is going to be out for this game, right? So if McManus is in there and he's on your waiver wire, definitely stream McManus for sure. But if Harvisick is in there, you get the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, this defense is terrible. They've been giving up 9.2 points to the kicker, tied with the Chargers as well at number 22. And you've got maybe Christian Watson back. You've got Matthew Golden. You've got Romeo Doubs. You've got Josh Jacob who eats. And you got the Arizona Cardinals offense with probably no Marvin Harrison. We don't know about Kyler Murray. It is going downhill for the Cardinals like the Raiders. I love Lucas Harvisick this week if, again, Brandon McManus isn't out there. Now, heading to the defensive side, what we're looking for is going to be grunge, ugly matchups, and nothing better than the Denver Broncos and how good this defense is, man. You get the New York Giants. And like I said, you do have Jackson Dart and you do have Scatterbo, and that hype is there. They did that versus the Eagles and the Chargers. This is a different defense at Mile High Stadium. This is going to get after Jackson Dart like crazy. And I think, and I hate to say because I've been so high on Jackson Dart, I think he's going to have a really, really, really rough game here. I mean, you got no neighbors, and Wan'Dale Robinson, more of a slot guy. They're just going to get eaten up, man. Number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs are back in the top 10. I didn't have them in here. And why are they in the top 10? Well, you get Geno Smith. And this guy should have thrown like 30 interceptions in 10 games. He looks like I said, the worst quarterback in football. One of the worst signings in the offseason. It is not panning out at all. And you got Jacoby Myers winning out. You got no Brock Bowers. I feel bad for Ashton Genty. And the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium with Rashee Rice back is going to be absolutely freaking rocking. I've been to that stadium a couple times. My family was out there in KC, and man, it's going to be loud as hell, and the Raiders are going to get absolutely throttled in KC. Number 3, this defense, man, the New England Patriots, they have just been balling out. Chris Gonzalez has been locked down on every single corner, and why do you got to like it? You got the Tennessee Titans. Just fired their head coach. Calvin Ridley is down. Cam Ward, I'm not going to say that it's his first year. Like, people are down on Cam Ward. This guy came into a terrible situation, right? The weapons aren't great. The run, Tony Pollard's older. You know, you got Chicken Conquo at tight end. Maybe Gunnar Helm steps in, but still, this defense, you target the Tennessee Titans every single week, and especially when their wide receiver one is down. And the game's 42.5, and I think the Patriots will put up 30 by themselves. Number 4, the Cleveland Browns. They let me down last week. We're riding right back with them. Do not give up. You get Tua Tagovailoa, who just threw 3 picks last week, and they're going into the dog pound this week. Myles Garrett is going to eat up that offensive line like crazy. The Cleveland Browns, I might even take the Cleveland Browns to win this game. That's how bad the Dolphins are playing, and the wheels are coming off. Number 5 is going to be the Green Bay Packers. We're targeting another bad situation here. You got the Arizona Cardinals, like we just talked about. You got possibly no Kyler Murray. You've got the running back situation in shambles with James Conner and Trey Benson both down. They're running Bam Knight and Michael Carter out there and DeMercado. And then you got Marvin Harrison Jr., who bangs his head, gets a concussion. So it's pretty much Trey McBride versus the Packers defense, which is going to be really, really rough. And Micah Parsons is going to get after them like a madman with Rashawn Gary on the other side. And I like the Packers at number 5. Number 6 is the Los Angeles Rams. And why do I like the Rams? Although the Jags are 4-2 and they've been playing okay. Their offense hasn't been great, though, still. They've won games that I don't think they should have won. But why do I like the Rams a ton? Because we're in London. These 6:30 games, or I don't know what time it is for you. That's what it is on the West Coast for us out here. These games are terrible. Every single game that's been out there is low scoring. I mean, you just saw a baseball score with the freaking Jets and the Broncos last week, 13-11. I mean, this is it. All the games out there have been terrible. So, yeah, there's not like there's an injury missing or anything like this on the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. The Rams D's just been great. So I'm going to put the Rams at number 6, and I think Trevor Lawrence is in for a tough game, even without Puka Nacua possibly not out there. Number 7, we'll talk about the same game here. So the Minnesota Vikings coming off a bye, and it's like they're just not even remembered that they're the number 1 defense versus the quarterback, the number 1 defense versus the wide receiver. And guess what? The Eagles' offense has been absolutely terrible all year long. Someone called that before the season started. Now, coming off a bye, you're going to have a matchup here. I think the over-under is 42.5, 43.5. It went up 1, I believe. Philly's favored in this game, and I'm taking the Vikings to win this game, but it does depend on who the quarterback's going to be. So that's why I have the Eagles defense up here at number 9 as well, because if it's J.J. McCarthy, man, the offense does just not look good with J.J. McCarthy. And it looks like Carson Wentz, as of right now, make sure you're paying attention to the updates, is not going to be out there for week 7. So if it's back to J.J. McCarthy here, then you've got to like the Eagles defense at number 9 and move him back into your top 10 because he has not been a good quarterback. Yeah, he had a good connection with Jordan Addison. He didn't have in the preseason. He didn't have Jordan Addison in the games he played. Maybe that's a narrative that plays in to help J.J. McCarthy. But I got to like the Eagles defense at 9. Number 8, we're targeting that division Thursday night football game. The Bengals-Steelers, 43.5. Now, the Steelers defense came off the bye last week, guys, and they looked phenomenal defensively. And you know Mike Tomlin's got this team playing great right now, 4-1. They're looking to be 5-1. They're looking to end the Bengals season. And they're just a good defense, man. They just always got to be in the top 10 because those 3 corners, once they get it going with the 3-star, they're older veterans as well, corners. They're going to be a nasty defense once they get it all figured out. At number 10, the Chicago Bears. I think it's the first time they've made this list for me. So you're getting Soldier Field at home in the cold, coming off the win. Big win over the Commanders on Monday Night Football. Caleb Williams balling out. And now you got the Saints coming in at 1-5, and everyone on the Saints, sorry, is literally on the trade block. So I know that they think that they had Alvin Kamara meetings and he's staying there, but if the Saints are smart, they're going to start dealing everybody if they want to save their franchise for the future here. And the Bears defense is getting healthy, and they look good against the run game with Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt last week. I didn't see that coming. I thought Merritt would have a bigger game. So I think Alvin Kamara is in for trouble. I think Spencer Rattler is definitely in for trouble on the road in the cold. So I like the Bears at number 10. Now, sneaky, my streamer defensive play. And dude, I never thought I'd have the Panthers defense on here all year long, right? But they've been vastly improved from what they were last year, even against the run. I mean, look at Javonte Williams last week. They locked him up. So now you're going to get the Jets and Breece Hall just requested a trade. Garrett Wilson is down with the hyperextended knee. Who do they got? They got Mason Taylor, the rookie. They got Josh Reynolds and Arian Smith. The no weapons out there for Justin Fields, who just threw for negative 10 yards as a team. Combined total in London. The Panthers defense is going to be very, very, very sneaky this week. Just depends on what kind of Jet game you get, man. These Jets, they've been so bad. And I know Justin Fields has had 3 games with 20-plus points and then 2 games with like 5 points. That's how bad it can go. So if you need to play, the Panthers are won 3 out of 4. They're coming in hot. They get the team that's 0-6. The over-under is 41.5. That's one of the lowest of the week. You got to like the Panthers as a streamer play this week if you need a defense. Thanks for rocking with me. That is the end of the episode. That is my top 10 kickers, top 10 defenses, plus 1 streamer each to help you guys dominate in week 7. If you guys have any questions as well, drop them down below. It doesn't have to pertain to this video. I try to answer every single one of them for you guys. My upcoming episodes today will be quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. We're going to try to get them all out tonight. Hopefully, all my rankings are done. I just got to get the videos done there, guys. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you tap that like, hit that subscription button, turn that bell on. Helps me out a ton. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. It's been absolutely amazing. And if you guys haven't checked out drafters.com or the Discord, all of this will be pinned in the comments and linked in the description. And if you haven't signed up, make sure you sign up using promo code SLEEZ. That will double your initial deposit up to $100. And that's it for me in this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I will catch you in the next one. Sleaze Bomb out.